Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's a thank you to a very good marrow of this channel, friend, buddy, and that is Joe over Mad Genius Productions channel. Joe occasionally drops me an email, or to be fair, more his lawyers drop me an email to say cease and desist from bothering up their client. But occasionally I do hear from him. He's usually, and when I do hear from him, it's always a good day. Well, anyway, the other day he contacted me and said, Gav, I've got you something, and it's in the post. Now he'd even gone to the extent of getting it from a UK supplier, because as we all know, trying to send stuff across the water is just ridiculously, hellishly expensive, and it costs sometimes 3 times more than what you're actually trying to send to somebody. And it's and I don't know on the American side of it, or the Canadian side, or even the South American side. I don't know if you get taxed as well, but obviously we also they tax us, and then they charge us for handling it, storing it, and taxing us. I know we're flat broke as a country, but it's and I've got no problems taxation. We're out the EU, and we're standing on our own 2 feet, trying to. So I know we need to pay for stuff and all the rest of it. It's just I've got no problem paying tax, but I've got a problem paying handling charges, which that's just stealth all over. Anyway, I'm robbing it from a thank you to Joe. Joe sent me this. It's the MiG-17, and this is the Shenyang version. That's what I was trying to say. So this is a Chinese copy of the MiG-17, and it flew, as you can see here, in North Vietnamese colours in the Vietnam War. You can see he's just supposedly shot down a Phantom. Now, these were actually primarily designed by the Soviets to fly into bomber streams and to shoot bombers down. They weren't really, as far as I'm aware, meant to be used for dogfighting particularly, but they did seem to do okay at that. I've just got a Fresco. I was going to call it a fulcrum. See, Fresco. So, or you can do the Soviet version, which is a Fresco. It's 1:72 scale, and I actually wanted this kit. I wanted this kit when it came out, but I've been having, hence the Starfighter, I've been having real problems with seams and stuff like that. And when obviously with my head problems, when I butt up to stuff like that, I tend to retreat. Paul the Starfighter is going to get built, because, as you know, it's my favourite aircraft, so he's going to get built. I've just got to get over the mind stuff at the moment. This came out a couple of years ago, as you can see on the show again. We're going to see in a minute, silver or this camouflage version, and I wanted to do the Soviet version, and I just kept putting it off because I didn't class myself as good enough to do it. The problem is, if you don't actually do them, you're never going to get better, are you? So it really came at a decent time. Thank you, Joe, ever so much. It's a tiny one, which we're going to see. 1:72 scale. They're easy to keep on in your cupboard light once they're built. And I like jet aircraft. Also propeller, but what are we after? It's gone. Head. No. Turboprop was the word Gav was after. I'm really sorry, guys. I've got head problems, and sometimes it takes a while for the head to engage what I want to say. So yeah, 1:72 scale, Airfix, MiG-17, Fresco or Shenyang, if you prefer to do the North Vietnamese one, which I must admit does have very attractive colours. So join me at the bench, and we're going to take a look. Right, guys, here's our box. I think you get 1 flying hour to it. They do a scheme where obviously you collect flying hours and you can put it towards a kit of your liking. Great box art as usual, over some form of Vietnamese river, and obviously they've gone for the best looking scheme, if you want to put it that way, to obviously get more effect on the box lid. I'm not going to go into what's on the side of the box and all that, but we'll open her up and have a look. One bag, as usual, per Airfix. People have gone off enough. You'd have thought by the feedback that they may have adjusted that to separate bags, but they don't seem to. Yes, it's going to be a bit crackly for a second. I will turn the video off to open that up. I just want to show how it was boxed, really. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I think the decals are actually out to on top of the box. I usually put them inside just to try and get more protection. But yeah, we'll have a better look at those in a second. You know, obviously there's not a massive amount to them, and obviously we've got our instructions. Right, we've got our instructions. They're in Airfix's later type format, I believe, which is this is kit's only been out 2 or 3 years, where they colour code stuff. I was saying to this on a comment to Jen Wright over Genesis Models, Genesis Design Models and Designs. Sorry, Jen. Not that she'll probably see this, but she actually passed on a mosquito kit to me because I'd actually said how she was saying how Airfix had broken it down into the most simplest forms of explaining things on their instructions, and I said, well, somebody with mental health problems like myself, part of what I've got, it doesn't seem to, I can't seem to, as well as getting my words out properly, I often can't follow the instructions particularly well. I have no idea why. It's you know, let's face it, our brains are complex pieces of anatomy, and mine decides to go down that road for some reason. But yeah, I'm very pleased how Airfix do their decal sheets and how they instruction sheets, how they really break them down into the colour coding them. On some of the later ones, like the mosquito that they brought out, they even go further. And I'm really, they might not do it for people like me, but it's such a help to try and keep my brain on the straight and narrow as I navigate instructions, because what seems easy to you and what would have been easy to me a few years ago definitely isn't now. It's pretty sad, really, when you're in your 50s and you can't follow a basic instruction sheet. But it's a very small kit, a very small aircraft in real life. So we've got here, when building this model with the brake doors closed, follow steps, blah, 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 blah. When building this model with brake doors open, follow steps such and such and such and such. It just, they couldn't make it more straightforward for you, and I really do thank them for that. We've got this little oil barrel that sits at the end. I take it's because they're saying it's a tail sitter. And Gav will probably forget, I've actually got to get some nose weight because I need it for the Starfighter and I haven't got any. So I've got to get some nose weights actually. This is our colour guide. I didn't realise I actually got silver wings underneath, but even still I think I'd like to do the Soviet one, which is this one. Now, I've been reading up only on Wikipedia. I couldn't find a book cheap enough on the MiG-17, but it was saying that these aren't, which I didn't think they were, but that they're not natural metal finish. They were aluminium panels, I think, that were treated with like a varnish, dope, whatever you want to call it, with metal particles put in, which gives it its silverness. And they say when you see old Soviet aircraft in graveyards, boneyards, whatever you want to call them, you can see the stuff peeling off them, which I've seen a fair bit of in all the. I've been doing a lot of research on these, which I always say to you guys, it's as much fun for me to do that as it is actually building it. But it said silver, matte black, and gunmetal. Now which is a very obviously straightforward scheme. You'll have to spray the black yourself for the walk-on areas. They're not a decal. And from what I was seeing, I don't know if it's Brick Modeler. I just put in, you know, the finishes of these aircraft and stuff, and obviously they come up with some of these forums and that. And one of the guys on there was saying, he seemed to know a fair bit about it, was saying that a lot of the panels, well, the panels were actually painted separately in the factory, and then put out on different aircraft. So you will have different. You can have different, and he was showing some pictures. You can have actually different panels of very slightly different colours. So I might well do that rather than just have a silver aircraft that's, you know, got a bit of weathering on it. I might actually introduce a couple of those panels without making them too obvious, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's our instructions. First rate, from what I can see. Right, let's bring this down a bit. Right, these are our decal sheets, and it seems fairly straightforward. There's a fair amount of obviously common, as it says there, common data stenciling up there, which would be on for both aircraft. But yeah, I shall probably go for the Soviet one. I believe that they're bringing, is it the, I don't know if the ground attack aircraft versions or what, but I know that sometime in the next couple of months they'll be bringing out an East German one, I believe MiG-17. I wouldn't mind getting that one as well. But no, I don't. I mean, the decals again, I know people say in register, out register, whatever. You know, I'm not good enough to tell you that. Well, I could tell you, I suppose, if the red was crossing the white or something. But I mean, if you can look for yourself, they look perfect to me. Right, guys, the bit that people want to see, sprues, and obviously the fuselage in particular. People go on about the deepness of panel lines on Airfix kits. Again, I'm too much of a novice to judge, and to be fair, I'm not really going to get into that Ferrari. I just enjoy building the kits as long as they go together fairly well. As I've said to you guys in my armour builds and whatever, I've got no problem scratch building stuff. I would just like things to go together though. So yeah, we've got a lovely fuselage. As I say, I'll leave it to you guys to say if you think they're too deep panel line wise. We've got fuel tanks. We've got our rails for fuel tanks to go on. Oh no, we've got some rocket pods as well. But I don't know if they're going to be... Oh, of course we are. Here we are, yeah. We've got some rocket pods as well. I don't know if they are part of the aircraft or not. Part of the aircraft, part of this build or not, or if it's for one of the East German kit, which I do know has them. I've seen the artwork for that. But yeah, nice as what I can see. Flash wise, I can't see particularly any flash anywhere. I just think that Airfix, you know, I've been missing from the scale model world for about 30 years, but you know, from what I've seen of Airfix kits and what people, I watch 1001 videos on YouTube, and they seem to come up in leaps and bounds. We've got some details here for the can at the back. We've got weight on wheels, I believe. Is that weight on wheels? I can't tell. I think that is weight on wheels. Yeah, we definitely have here. So yeah, the back tail, front wheel will have it as well. That's really nice. What a beautiful little kit. I think Rick Greenwood's done a fantastic build on one. Now they've gone for, I don't know if I've shown that yet or not. I mean, you do get your pilot guy with this as well, although I do prefer to leave them out. Oh, there's our little seat. That's what I was looking for. It's got some straps just basically moulded on. I might well get some photo etch ones. Rick, I believe Rick said, you know, obviously the seat's so small, the cockpit's so cramped, you probably wouldn't even see them. So I don't know yet. I might paint these ones on and see how they look, because I could always put them in afterwards if I'm careful. That's what he did with his, I believe. So then again, he's Rick Greenwood. Go and check Rick Greenwood's. I think it's Rick Greenwood scale models. He just does aircraft builds. He doesn't leave his. You can't comment on his videos or anything. He just leaves the comments off. But he always does some really lovely work and some great reviews. And I must admit, he's more of a builder than just reviewer, if that makes sense. He's not just, and because he's not got comments on, you know, it's not like he's trying to build an empire. He just enjoys doing his models, and he's very good at them. So again, we've got more detail here. There's our little pilot fella. Should you want to put him in? Got wings with our wing straights here. They improve stability. No, I'm really liking this, Joe. Thank you very much, Mara. This is a beautiful kit. There's our little oil drum all bashed up and whatever. Yeah, that's about it. I can't see any. You wouldn't expect a load of flash on a fairly young kit. What a beautiful little kit. Joe, you should get one of these yourself, Mara. I know you've bought a load of Cold War jets, so maybe you have. I don't know. Let me. Where are we? Let me just put this here while I'm just finishing off. Yeah, a beautiful little kit. And, you know, again, let's just put my hand underneath. I saw this on Instagram. Somebody has actually built one. Hang on, I'll put it in the palm of the hand just to show how small the F-17 MiG-17 is in 1:72 scale. It's not a huge plane. So both colour schemes would be great. I think Rick actually got some East German decals and did his as an East German one, but for my build skills and whatever, I'm quite happy to do this as out the box as I say. For me, I think I'll do the Soviet one. So guys, well, thank you for stopping by and taking a look. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much to Joe over at Mad Genius Productions. Joe does a bit of everything. He will do, he's in the States, by the way. He will do model cars, he will do armour and aircraft, and he's built one ship so far. That was a tune. Yeah, brilliant bloke. He does so much for people within the community. He's been doing tribute builds for people who's lost loved ones recently, and that's just the type of bloke he is. He wouldn't think twice doing something like that. So I'll put a link to Joe's channel. Please go and check him out, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. As I say, he's bought himself a load of Cold War jets as well, because he's normally a propeller bloke when he builds aircraft. But you know, I can go either way. You know, I enjoy. So I've got that Mosquito that Jen sent over. That'll get built as well. But I do like post-war stuff as well. So, right, guys. As usual, I'm drifting all over the place now. Thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. And we'll be catching up very, very soon on another video.